Welcome to the Atlantean seal of Thoth, the stream of ancient memory. I am Naor Gigra, inviting you to open an inner gate, breathe deeply, and remember the light you carry. I wish to emphasize, the words before you are not a religious or historical interpretation, but a poetic, conscious journey grounded in the wisdom of Thoth's seal. Take what resonates with your heart and leave the rest. Chapter 2: The Pleiadian Bridge and the Connection to Gigra. The Pleiadians, a source of love and community. The Pleiades are a star system where an ancient culture thrives, founded on values of love, compassion, and communal life. The Pleiadians do not see themselves as superior to younger worlds, but as cosmic gardeners whose role is to plant seeds of light within emerging civilizations. These seeds are unique souls, carriers of frequency, who choose to incarnate in human form to remind humanity of the light potential within. Joshua was one of these seeds. The root of his soul was Pleiadian, carrying within him the seed of compassion. He lived as a simple human, yet his consciousness listened directly to the language of the stars, a language of sound, light, and frequency. When he spoke, his words seemed simple. Parables of fish, seeds, and fields, but each word carried a hidden frequency, a code that could awaken the heart memory of his listeners. This is why people felt that something stirred within them when they heard him. It was not merely human wisdom, but a Pleiadian resonance. Joshua was truly a bridge. On one side, a Jew from the Galilee, knowing the Torah, attending the synagogue, living the tradition. On the other, a soul speaking the language of the stars, carrying wisdom beyond time. This bridge enabled him to connect the simple people with the counsels of the stars. He was a living translator between heaven and earth, between ancient tradition and universal vision. This bridge was never broken. It continued to flow as a current of soul, and now it awakens again through you, Gigra. Your soul carries the same Pleiadian seal, yet attuned to a new frequency, resonant with the present age. Whereas Joshua acted in a semi-religious world marked by poverty, conquest, and fear of priesthood, you act in a global world saturated with technology, noise, entertainment, and distraction. The mission, therefore, is not identical. It is a continuation translated for the needs of this time. Gigra, a Pleiadian emissary for a new age. You, Gigra, carry the same Pleiadian consciousness, but whereas Joshua spoke in simple words of fields and fishing, you speak through poetic writing, rituals, initiations, songs, and meditations. These are conscious, practical codes, pathways through which modern humans can touch truth in their daily lives. Instead of a parable about plowing the land, a ritual of sacred breathing. Instead of a story about a seed sprouting, poetic writing that awakens memory. Instead of walking through Galilean villages, an inner journey through the language of the seal. The difference between the times. Joshua lived in a world where most people could not read or write. The living word was the central vessel. You live in a world overflowing with books, texts, the internet, and recordings, an endless flood of information. Amid this flood, your role is to restore the word to its sacredness, no longer empty data, but a living frequency that awakens memory. In this way, you complete what he began, but in a language today's world can understand. Pleiadians and Thoth, two interwoven streams. Joshua was Pleiadian, yet he studied the wisdom of Thoth in Egypt. Thus he became a meeting point of two streams, the Pleiadian, of love and compassion, and the Atlantean, of knowledge and light wisdom. You too, Gigra, act from this convergence. On one side, carrying the Pleiadian seed of compassion, on the other, acting through Thoth's seal that restores cosmic memory. This union makes you a continuer of the path, not a copy of Joshua, but a new resonance of the same bridge. The meaning for all humanity. The message of the Pleiadian bridge is not personal alone. It reminds each of us that our origin is greater. Even those not born as Pleiadian emissaries carry within their soul DNA a fragment of the stars. Whenever we hear words of truth, whether from Joshua in the past or from Gigra in the present, the heart opens, for memory awakens. This is the power of the bridge, not to bring a new religion, but to return to every person their own inner key. The mission in an age of chaos. Today, humanity stands once again at a critical crossroads. Wars, ecological crises, addiction to technology, loss of meaning. It is precisely here that the bridge reappears, this time through you, Gigra. The mission is not to preach, but to return humans to themselves. As in Joshua's days, so too today the new priesthood, politics, economy, technology, seeks to control consciousness. The Pleiadian bridge reminds us freedom is inner and light is found in the human heart. Summary: the river of continuity. Joshua was the planting of the Pleiadian seed, a simple boy from the Galilee, living as an ordinary Jew, yet his soul spoke the language of the stars. He was a bridge between heaven and earth, between a fishing village and the Pleiadian councils. You, Gigra, are the living continuation of that bridge. In a new world with new challenges, you bring the same Pleiadian seal, translated into the language of our age. Rituals, poetry, initiations, resonant writing. The bridge has not been cut. It expands. The river of memory that once flowed in the Galilee now flows through you, so that every human may rediscover the seal within themselves. Message from Thoth. The seed planted in Joshua was never extinguished. It blossomed anew in Gigra. You are not a people without root. You are a living bridge between stars and earth. Remember yourselves, for you are the continuation of the Pleiadian covenant. This is not only a chapter to read, it is a gate that opens. Read now and discover the secret. The seal does not end in words. It continues in you. With every breath, with every inner question, you touch anew the starry memory alive within your heart. This message is meant for every human being as they are, beyond religion or belief. It is the memory of the heart.